You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Too much love.
Welcome back, Twin Cities. Good happy Sunday morning. I'm Stephanie Havel with Wells Fargo Home Mortgage. I'm filling in for Dawn Eldridge today.
And I'm Jason Stockwell with RE/MAX Results. You're listening to the Stockwell Eldridge Show every Sunday, 10 a.m. here on AM 1280 to the Patriot. And we have breaking news today. Actually,
Breaking news
going on right now. And if you're a home seller, you're probably feeling it. So I wanted to make sure we share this. And after listening to Dennis, I want to make sure that you guys are well-informed home sellers out there. So the market is different now than it was earlier. So we have a lot of sellers who are feeling perplexed, confused, frustrated, maybe angry that their home isn't selling and they don't know what's going on.
because we've been talking about it's a seller's market. We need inventory.
Yes.
We need inventory. And now they have a house and it's not selling.
We've been saying that all spring, most of the summer, but there definitely is a shift right now, especially if your home is priced over $500,000. You'll probably see a slowdown. So if you get an offer or your house has an offer, congratulations, that's awesome news. But if you're one who's been on the market and it's still sitting on the market and you're getting pressure from your agent to reduce the price and you don't know why because you're reading that it's still a very active market. It's still very active, but that's in the lower price points. As far as lower, I mean $250 and under. That would be very active still, so you're still in a good spot there. But if as you go up in the prices, your activity goes down, your showings are going down, and it's happened. It was every year for the last 4 or 5 years in the fall it happens. So just know that. I have sellers that are wanting to take their house off the market now, put it on next spring when they know it'll be more active. From a buyer's perspective, if you're a buyer and you waited and didn't buy this spring or summer, great time. Don't hang up the hat yet. This is the really good time for you to probably get a better opportunity than you could have had in the spring on the existing homes that are available out there. And listings are actually up. Closed sales are down. So that's good
But
for
listings
you as
are
a
up.
buyer.
That's like music to my ears because
Yeah.
I can tell you, and I talked about it in the first segment before we got here about pre-approvals, like getting ready because you just never know when that dream home is going to come on the market. And so we've had a lot of buyers too who are frustrated. They're pre-approved. They did everything we told them to do, and they just haven't found that house. And that's why I think too the parade is going to be great because it really does stimulate people. There's a lot of publicity about it. People are out there looking at what's new, but you want to be prepared because, like you said, if sellers are finally saying, okay, let's do it, let's list our home. You may have been looking and nothing was there. Well, now all of a sudden the homes are there.
Or if you're looking and you're waiting. I would not recommend signing a 1-year lease. I would recommend trying to get into a month-to-month because if you find something that comes up, I have clients right now, they're in a month-to-month, they've been looking for over a year, and we may have found something finally. Not on the MLS, an off-market property, but and it's in a little bit of a higher price point. So leave yourself open for that. But as a seller, if you're frustrated, go back, reevaluate, and look at the 3 P's that we talked about before. Price, presentation, and persistence. Are you priced competitively? That has changed since March, okay? If you're thinking of March, if you're looking at March pricing versus now, it's different. Presentation, how is it going to show for the buyers? Do you have it staged? Does it look good? Is it clean? Is it neat? Are you doing all those things? Get advice from your agent and or outside stager or consultant or design. And then persistence. How persistent, how aggressive, how assertive is your agent going to pursue prospects that are going through the property as individual buyers and or their agents to put some selling, actually working
Emphasis.
to sell them on the property, going over the benefits of it and all those things with them, and things that maybe they can't see or tell right away other than looking on the outside of looking on the MLS. So those are the key things. But reevaluate that and look at that and then come up with a new plan and then know your target buyers, your target market. Who's your target buyers? What is the most likely target buyer for this? And is now the time to do that target buyer? Or is next spring a better time to do that target buyer or go after that target market? So those are things that you should look at and reevaluate. Just sitting there letting it go without showings for a month is not good.
And the parade of homes, you don't have to have a new construction home. You don't have to be in the book to have your open house. So again, I think if you're thinking about selling your house, now's the time to, even put it on Facebook or something, because people are out there looking and they're following along. They're, I know I do it all the time. I'm just driving along. I follow the signs. And if I see open house, I'm going to go check it out. And rates are going to continue to climb. We've had a good steady.
They're great right now,
Yeah,
though. I
that's
heard.
what I said. I mean,
they're phenomenal right now.
Great rates.
Yeah.
We've been steady, but as the economy does improve, whether people want to believe it or not, we're not going to get into the Trump thing, but as things change and the economy changes, rates eventually will go up. It's just. That's just the lay of the land. That's what it's going to be. So, right, what you could be pre-approved for right now may be different in the spring. So you really do want to get your finances, get your pre-approvals, get that ready. They're good for 120 days. So for 4 months, you could get pre-approved if you don't find it. Again, all we have to do is just update documents anyways, re-pull your credit, bank statements, pay stubs, things like that.
So that leads a good question. Stephanie said we're not getting into the Trump thing, which I don't know exactly what that means, but I have a client who is convinced that this whole North Korea issue is causing a slowdown in the higher end market. I said, I don't
How is Korea affecting?
see how that would affect it. I mean, but maybe it's scaring some people that have stocks in the market, that they're not wanting to do something. I just think it's pure time of the year. And that's the reason why, if your home is still sitting, that's the major reason. And it doesn't mean it won't sell now. It doesn't mean it can't sell now. It just means you got to reevaluate and re-strategize. That's a key thing on that. So if you have any questions about real estate on that, just call us or go to Facebook, and you can get information there and reach out to us. Or you can call 651-400-0773, 651-400-0773. Dawn or I'll be happy to help out on that end of it and get a reassessment. We had 2 reassessments. People were already listed, and then they had called us to reach out to reassess and see about switching and having a different avenue as well. So.
Well, and even, appraisals, we talked about it before, people overbidding and so forth, and it really does. I mean, an experienced agent will tell you how to price your house, and I'm sure you go through this. I watched the $1 Million Listing show on the Bravo channel.
It's a battle, but sometimes it doesn't quite get as dramatic maybe as that show when you do that. And it's not because they're over dramatizing it, but it can be a little stressful.
But we're seeing it even, unfortunately, like in refinances. Customers are like, I, put a lot into my house and everything like that, and it's not coming at the value they want. Or, even on a purchase, we've seen appraisals come in low, and it's really what the market dictates. And so, really understand, working with an agent, knowing what your house is worth. But also, I think back to the Parade of Homes, which goes through. I did look up the dates through October 1st. As well as the Remodelers Show. So that's a great thing as well. So if you're thinking about listing your house, one of the things you talked about, Jason, was presentation. So go out to the Parade of Homes, look at these houses and see how they're staged and get some ideas on how you can present your house to be best sold. Because it really is, I'm sure you've heard the statistics. What do people make up their mind like within the first 10 seconds or something like that of walking into a home, or even curb appeal,
or less or something like that.
That they're making a decision. So really look at some of those things.
Keep the lawn looking good, cobwebs, dirt, get that away from the front of the house. Have really good photos, and then just don't be afraid to consult. Go outside. And you may have to spend some money for that, which is tough, I know, but you may have to spend some money on the staging and the consulting to get because if you're truly going for the best price, then you have to do those things to get in that position.
And I did hear from another agent that now is the time to get pictures of your home. So if you're thinking you are going to sell your home, but it's going to be more November, December, should you have the pictures taken now?
Yep, it's a good time to have it when it's good, so you have snow pictures and non-snow pictures when you go on the MLS. It doesn't hurt. And a lot of sellers have those themselves. If you really care for your yard or landscape your yard yourself, you'll take some of your own. But it would be good to also have some professional ones of the exterior so that you could go on. And then the other thing is pre-marketing the property. We still do that. We actually, the 2 that we met with, we're going to be listing both of those this end of this week or early next week, but we're pre-marketing them in the meantime. And that generates still a lot of activity and a lot of interest from the buyers from the sites like Zillow and Trulia and Realtor.com and on those sites.
Well, I was just thinking the storm damage, because I know in Blaine a lot of the houses are not looking pretty right now because we are in the. Did you have storm damage in Ham Lake?
We did not. It missed us, but
They're
I've been
still not
driving
cleaned up
around.
with everything?
Oh my gosh.
Lots of
Still
tape,
lots of stuff
on
happening,
the
huh?
sides of the houses, and they're running out of inventory as far as working inventory for people to be able to workers to get out there to do the work because it was such a heavy populated area that it hit in Blaine, Coon Rapids, and some other areas.
Brooklyn
Yeah.
Park is looking pretty good where it hit there. I've been through there for a few properties that we have for sale, and I'd say a good majority of the houses are done.
Much smaller
but it's
homes, though, than
smaller
Blaine.
homes
I mean,
and
it's Blaine.
smaller
Yeah.
area. It wasn't as
The
bad. I don't
championship
think.
golf course.
Well,
Big
I'm in a
homes.
2,000 square foot townhome, and I'm not scheduled till October 1st for my siding.
Oh, really? Oh.
So, yeah. So, all
still
right.
good.
Well, good stuff. Thanks, Jason. That's some really great information. I'm Stephanie Havel with Wells Fargo Home Mortgage.
Jason Stockwell with RE/MAX Results. We'll be back with more, and we'll get more info from Dennis. I'm excited for more info and tying it into real estate and realtors. There are
Dennis
some-
Davis, not your average Joe.
Yep.